Lucky me, I get another day off.
So, Ryan, were you pleased with the week, giving the players a week off and how they responded coming back to work?
Yeah, I mean, they came back with fresh legs. Sometimes you just need to hit reset, especially when these guys been going. They basically had a week off before they started fall camp. Last week, July, August, September, October, and then Midland. And really, we say it was a week off.
Yeah.
They still worked out. They still stayed in shape and doing those things. But in terms of football, we took a break. I thought that was great. As you can see,
Ryan, what have you seen offensively from West Virginia in this recent streak where they won 2 in a row? Seem to be playing at a much higher?
Yeah, they're executing at a much better rate. And what they've done is they've made adjustments to companies that teams have given them issues. And you can see that they're just getting back to basics and fundamentals. And you can see that from the offensive line to the running backs to the quarterback to the receivers, they're starting to understand what they're trying to implement in terms of the system. So you see, like, the offensive game plan, the program for last week is just kind of coming together. They want to run 80+ plays. They want to run the football 50+ times a game. They want to be efficient and get out schedule on first and 10. They want to get to third and short and fourth and short. They have more fourth down, I think, one plays than the second most in the country. Something crazy. So you got to prepare for all situations with these guys. They're just trying to understand just what the program is. That's success.
Ryan, they run the ball really well, by committee almost too. A lot of guys touching the ball in that run game there. How do you slow that down?
Yeah, we're just trying to keep fresh bodies in, and there's some guys that complement each other, more physical, more balanced, rushing attack versus guys that maybe have a little more quick twitch, a little more explosiveness. Guys that can hit the perimeter, guys that can run the ball at you. So they, and then they brought in a defensive end to play short yardage back for them last week. So they know who they are, and they're using the roster and putting guys in positions for them to be successful.
When you're preparing for Rich Rod, does it help to go deep in the archive and study him over the years and see Cheney change week to week?
No, I mean, they are who they are, but at the same time, they're going to give you wrinkles to attack what they do. They don't just check in and check out every game. They're going to try to take advantage of it. Maybe what we've struggled with, in the past, or things that we haven't had success with. So we've done, a big job of self-scouting ourselves and going, hey, this is part of their package, this is part of our package. We're going to rep it, and we're not going to get beat by it twice, hopefully. They're going to have some wrinkles for us, and we're going to have to come up with adjustments.
What do you see out of Scotty Fox's true freshman?
He throws the open receivers really, really well. And he throws a beautiful deep ball, and he's really efficient in terms of creating explosives. And this is an offense that, they want to lead you, and they want to get field position and play good defense and get the ball back. And I understand that they're pretty chaotic on defense, and usually that lends itself to wanting to getting the ball back and causing takeaways. Again, it's just a great program philosophy, and the quarterback is managing the game. They're going to run the quarterback, they're going to direct the quarterback when they need him to, if they feel like they're slowing down. But the answer to it is run the quarterback.
Ryan, Kenny said yesterday that it pained him to talk about X and what he's had to deal with this entire year. For you, as someone who's been around him for nearly 3 years, what can you just say about what he's meant to this group, what he's meant to this program, and what it's going to look like for him?
It's just seeing everything that he's been through, hard to rebound and the year he had last year, and now having to come back from this adversity. It's just a freak deal. Sometimes life happens, and if anybody's going to be able to come back from it, it's him. It's something that he and I talked about. I talked about it with my children. Just the harder and the more adversity that you go through in life, just know that those storms are going to come again. You can look back and gain strength from the knowledge that you go through. If there's anybody that's going to make a life from this, it's going to be him. because he's here where he knows the low points. He's stuck through it, and he's sticking through it. He's able to get us to the point that we had last year, get us to the point where we're in a position where we're going to come every year for us.
If he does decide to pursue that now, what can he bring to an NFL team?
Just leadership, leadership, the guy who brings it every single day, the guy who loves to be coached, and the guy who just loves the game. And like I've told other scouts about him and some of the best players that I've been around, they ask this question, and it's a key question. It applies to really any avenue of life. Is if you have to be in the building every single day for 7 months and see this guy every single day, you look forward to seeing him every day. And there hasn't been a day I look forward to seeing him every day.
Building on that, seeing X continue to be out here every day, kind of being like a player coach almost. How helpful has that been for your group and the morale of your guys?
There's guys that set an example by their work ethic. There's guys that set an example by their habits. There's guys that set an example by holding other guys accountable. And he was a guy that he had the courage to confront. He has the courage to stay out and lead. He was also a guy that was going to, he was going to do it from the back of the pack and uplift the guys in at the bottom of the roster. And he's a guy that really changed the culture in our safety room and for our defense. He was a guy that just brought it every day. And if things didn't work out for people, he was the guy who's going to point it out and say, hey, this is because this is what you do. You're letting your nightlife affect your day life. You're affecting, when you leave the building, affect what you do here. He's that guy. He's the guy that's going to go and drive to somebody's house and wake somebody up if they're late for a meeting. He just cares.